Yo guys! Bam! Welcome to another iRacing session. This time is about some tips and tricks for the setup. And for all the people who don't know me, my name is Team. I'm driving for Aston Martin, not only here today, but in real life. It's Le Mans week, so perfect for me to prepare for the test day coming up this weekend. And for you guys, I will try and help you a little bit with the setup and the driving style. I'll do my best, so stay tuned and enjoy the show. We're gonna have some fun also, but mainly just try and help you guys with the setup. So yeah, let's try and jump straight into it. Again, I'm gonna drive this beautiful Aston Martin DB9 GT1 car V12, baby. Woo! Great stuff. Calm down, please. So yeah, mainly we are gonna run through this side, the chassis side, and going through the session. I'm gonna leave this picture a bit so you guys can watch it, press the pause button, and copy it as much as you want. I already fine-tuned it a bit, and yeah. Let's jump straight into it. I'm gonna explain you what is gonna happen. We found when you do all kind of stuff. So yeah, this week. It's the Proto GT session where they're running Le Mans. So it's, maybe I can show you. It's the HBD cars, LMP2. It is the GT1 cars. The one I was driving in is the Aston or the Corvette, and we got the Ford GT2 car. And yeah, what you want all more, let's go out there. I can drive a little bit and then I'll try and explain you what is massively important here, and then we jump to the setup afterwards. Hope that's fine. Beautiful V12 Aston Martin front engine car. That means you got all the weight on the front. A special thing to think about is when you got all the weight on the front is you need to control that weight in the corners, the weight translation. So you probably want to run a bit harder springs on the front, and that's where you want to start, is the springs. What you of course want for Le Mans is a car that is easy to handle and good traction, really good on straight line. So we need to find a setup somehow where we can drive the less swing as possible and the car still being safe for you to drive, and that's what we're trying to do. So what you see, everyone probably knows Le Mans who's watching this, is that you want a car that's really good on brakes and on the straight line. So we have this chicanes, braking hard, and then good traction going on to another long straight. And I'm just gonna do one lap just to show you the track. I know you guys probably know it, but again, I'm just gonna explain you what I feel and what my knowledge is from the track in real life. And yeah, then we can work on that. So again, massively important, finding your braking points. Always try and find something on a track. It's a tree, it's a sign, it can be the 200, 150, 100 mark. Just find something, or someone. It can be a lady standing out there with yeah, a nice bikini on, and whatever. Just find something. Oh, the massive crowd again. Viva la France! Again, Le Mans looks tremendously easy. It probably is. But every track has its specialty, and the one with Le Mans is that you run so low downforce that for a driver it's really not easy to get used to the corner speed, and certainly you can just something happens because like you don't have the same grip as you used to on the normal random race track. So you really have to be careful. You always have to be aware of the car and what it's doing. Especially what we come to now, the famous Porsche curves. Really hard with those cars with the setup we run here. Again, low downforce, high speed corners. Really not easy to handle the cars, and you really have to have a fine feeling for what the car is doing. Coming to driving technique, lines, I will explain that during the driving. When I stop, I do all the setup talks, so I'll do my best to inform you and give you as many tips as possible. Last corner, famous Porsche fourth chicane, woohoo! And we're just gonna stop here and jump into the setup thing, which is probably what you want to hear about. And you can just leave this run in the background. Come on. Trying to find it. Screw it! Screw it! Yes. Tire pressures. Again, this is only iRacing. So for you guys who's driving a real race car, probably thinks, this dude, he's far away from what you should do. But this is iRacing. It's a bit different, I know. And yes. But that's it. So, real racers, don't listen. Simracers, try it at least. It's my best tip for you guys out there. Again, Le Mans, massively important. Traction, especially getting the rear sorted for this Aston Martin GT1. No weight on the rear, so you want to have lots of grip on the rear. That's why I run lower tire pressures on the rear. I probably want you to run around 141 to 134 on the rear, and that's simply because of traction. You got traction out of the chicanes, you got traction out of fourth chicane, and you got that low speed right hander Mulsanne, I think it is. I'm really bad with names. It's like Northlife. I can't tell you the names, but I can't tell you how the corner is. Doesn't matter. Forget about that. I will run about this just to get the rear as planted as possible. Like, you want the rear to be stable, you want the car to be easy to drive, and that's really massively important. Let's start here, down here. We start from the bottom and go up. So what we do is, you of course want to run as low wing as possible. If you can handle it, take hole 2. You will not feel that much difference on the top speed. To be honest, it's really not much. So, but 2 is maximum. Please don't run more than 2. Then there's something wrong. Really something. Then you're screwed. Like, then you probably have to delete iRacing and start driving Need for Speed or something like that. No, seriously, 2 is maximum. We got so many long straights. You need the top speed. You really need the top speed. And that's why we run toe as little as possible. You want a little bit of toe, but you don't. Normally you would run around 2.2 maybe, 2.7. But we want to run as less toe as we can. Because, again, toe means you got the tires pointing towards the inside. That's what you normally do in the rear. The tires pointing towards the inside. And you want this to be as straight as possible to get as little frictions on the straight as you can. And yes, fuel level. Always run, when you test setup, run as much fuel you can. You don't want to measure the penis with the guys right now. That comes later on. Right now, you just want to control yourself. Let the other guys do what they do, but you want to run full fuel So do it! Otherwise, I'm gonna come and punch you. Because, and that's not what you want. That's not what you want. You don't want a crazy Danish guy coming hunt you down. So please, full fuel, 90 liters. Jumping up to the rear. This is probably the interesting part. And what I actually do here, because I'm not the best iRacing driver, I just pretend to be. I just what you want to do is what you want to do is run as low ride height on the rear as possible. So in this case it's 70 mils, and you want to be there. This makes the rear really controllable on the brakes, on power, and that's what you want. You want an easy car to drive, and especially when, like in my case, I run wing on 1. You want the rear to be settled, controlled, easy to handle. And typical iRacing, you want, again, for me it's all about having the rear stable. So what you want to do is, you want to... That didn't look good. Was that me? Probably yes. You want to... The spring rate, you want that as soft as possible, so in that case 105. And if you're one of the good guys, you think, oh, this car is too understeery now, just jump out 1 click here. That's only 10 Newton meters, so that's almost nothing. But for all the rookie guys, if you want to practice it a bit, you can always do the steps. But right now, oh damn it! Right now, just go to the softest springs as possible in the rear. Again, sort out the ride height. You want to be as close to 70 mils as possible. This is probably the closest I can get. And yeah, sorry for running over all the camber. No, the camber and the damping stuff. I'll come to that in a bit. But again, always try and sort it by steps. So the first step you want to do on the chassis side is springs. Like springs is what brings you the big steps. Damper, camber is all fine tuning. Front springs. Again, you can go around down to 105. Again, probably a good idea. It doesn't make sense, but it's probably a good idea because, again, for the not so good practiced sim racers out there on iRacing, if you put more spring rate on the front, you will get more aggressive turn in. Makes sense because you get a stiffer front. I need something to show you. One second. No, just we keep on going. You want, if you get a stiffer spring rate on the front, the car goes more faster on the... Give me one second. I'd get this car. I take this one. Here we go. Famous model car, DTM car from my father. It's a bit dusty, sorry. What you get on the stiff spring rate on the front is like the car will settle faster in the corner. So when you go left-hand corner, you go corner and the car will get faster. It will be more support on the outside. And in that case, on the first initial turn in, you'll get a really loose rear. And again, it's hard to control in the beginning, so maybe start with 105 Newton meters front to rear. And then when you get more practiced and you get used to it, maybe run up a little bit. I would definitely suggest to run up on the front. Stiffer spring rate. Again, you always have to think about the physics of a race car. This is a heavy lady, really heavy lady. I don't know how much, but I'll guess around 1100 kilos. And you get all the weight on the front. Again, we take our beautiful yellow car here. You get all the weight on the front on Aston. No weight here, so you'll always get a loose rear. So what you want to control this weight. And with that, you do it by stiffening the front. So you want to control the weight of the whole car because the weight is on the front. And I just need to go to a break because I think my lady can't get into the house. So just 1 second, sorry. And we're back. Ha ha ha! Small timeout. Sorry, boys and girls. Simracers, Petrolheads. Where did it come from? Spring rate. So yeah, you want to control all the weight that you have on the front of that car. So that's why I say you have to try. You have to try and work with it. Maybe I will stay. I will suggest 114, like 1 click higher. Just not again to upset the rear. You want a stable rear. That's what it's all about. And again, sort the ride height. I again want to try and keep the car as low as possible, front to rear. And maybe a suggestion is, again, if you're good practiced, again, physics. When you have the rear low and the front a bit higher, the wind goes faster through the car. I don't know if it works in iRacing. I actually haven't tested it. But if you put a car going down the road and you put it high on the front, you see all the wind will go faster through and you will get a better top speed. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like that. So less rake, like Le Mans, you drive like that. And yes, let's jump further on. I can see I don't have the same on both sides here. So yeah, that's actually a good one here. Really close. You see 60 mils is the lowest on the front, 70 mils is the right hand and rear. So it really doesn't make sense what I just explained, because you can't do it in this game. So that's why you still want, it's almost nothing, like 10 mils. Yeah, screw it. You want the rear to be settled. That's just massively important. Let's jump up to the top. I hope you can follow, otherwise just press pause and scroll back, whatever. And of course, anytime leave a comment down below and I will answer it as quickly as I can. And I'm just glad to help you and give you some tips at least. Again, toe on the front, as I said with the rear. Front you always run toe out, rear you always run toe in. You want as less toe as you can run as possible, but still to keep the tires working. The reason why you run toe is to keep the heat in the tires, and you definitely need a little bit of toe here because you got the long straights. You need some friction on the tires to keep the temperature building. But again, the friction you want as less as possible, because you want top speed. You just want a fast car on the straight. Brake pads, it's really driving style what you want. High friction is really hard, especially with the low downforce we got here. So just medium friction, and you can even go low friction. I actually run it quite a lot. Traction control, iRacing, typical, easy to overheat the tires, and that's not what you want. You don't want to overheat the rear tires because the rear axle will be nervous enough. So don't. You can easily run the lower, and you can play through it even through the lap. So steering wheel, just get some buttons on there. You can adjust it up and down during driving. So if you're really cool, really hardcore, you can do that. Brake bias, again, it's really personal. What you like, it's really what you like. It's up to you. What your personal things. So yeah, not to make it boring, I'm really talking a lot. Let's do a little bit of a sideshow. Let's go drive a little bit, and then after the driving, I'll come to the damping which is a bit more complicated, and that's really fine-tuning. So what we're missing is the damper and the camber. I see caster. I will not talk so much about that. I did that in a previous video with the Porsche and with the Aston Martin, so you can easily just go to my channel and find those videos. So yeah, let's go for a run. We can talk a little bit about the track and driving style. We just try this setup and see what we can do. Let's go! Woo! Le Mans! Fantastic place. Magic is in the air. Dunlop chicane, first chicane. This is all bit like a real racing track. You got Le Mans racetrack. You go right here. That's the, I think it's Le Mans Autodromo. This is still like built like a real racing track, and then going right here out to the first straight, we are going onto a normal road. So here, actually, the cars are running. That's why you see here. Always keep right. You get this road, and this is even open during the Le Mans week. So every evening, this is opened, and I even think there's a KFC over there or McDonald's. And yeah, find your marks. I think first chicane is around 200 to 180 meters. That's what I use. Use all the track here on the outside. Just open up the steering wheel as much as possible. Again, it's all about friction. You want that top speed. You just want a fast car going down the straights here with the trees on both sides. And again here, 120 meters. That's where I brake. Tail brake into the corner. Use a little bit on the curb here. Use all this curb. Use the track on the outside. Open up. Do the shortest way and then go again. Long straight. Again, enough time to think and have a breathe, have a Coke, have a sip on your drinking bottle. Again, really slow corner, hard braking, good traction. Again, that's what I'm talking about. Need the traction in this game, and massively important. Traction and braking. You want an easy car to control on the braking. You want a settled rear. You have to live with a little bit of understeer. That's my suggestion, and it will still be fast. Going into Indianapolis, small braking, tail brake a little bit into the corner, and then hard braking. Use the camber of this corner. Use all the track. Coming on to the slowest corner on the track. Gear ratio, I will show you in the end. Well, again, I say it again and again, try not to overheat the tires. Always try and find a way not to overheat the tires. And in that way, try and make the gear ratio on the lower gears higher. So you use the second gear out of those corners, not the first gear. Oh, perfect drift. Not what you really want. Again, you want, if you can run second gear out of those lower corners, you have a good traction and you have a less shifting, and you will just save the tires and more stable car. So running into the fourth chicane, first one is fast. You want to jump the curbs, use all the track, not that much. So yeah, let's try and get a lap time. So again, massively important, use all the track. Try and cut in here, a little bit of power, and then brake. Get this right. Use all the track without getting off track. Going downhill under the Dunlop Bridge. Really cool section. Here again, use the camber of the track. Over the dip, you have to be careful with the throttle. Don't go in the grass like I did. Probably most oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's what you see. The car is really not easy to drive here. because you have to run this low downforce. Because this is what it's all about. You want a fast car down straight because 2/3 of the track is straight, it's full gas, and it's massively important. So yeah, here 180 meters. You don't want to over brake it, overdrive it into the chicanes because you want a good exit. You want to find a compromise of braking late, of course, carrying speed on the chicane, but you don't want to be too over aggressive, going too fast in, and then you compromise your exit. So you have to find a balance of your driving style and how the fastest way is around. So here, 120 meters. Whoa! Yes, baby. Bad driving. Bad driving. Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Overheating the rear tires! Damn it! We keep on going. Just try and put down the lap time, and then we got something to work on. Driving technique. iRacing, you have the auto blip, which helps you blip on a downshift. What you ask me about, what is that? Auto blip you do to make the RPM, the gearbox speed fit together, so the gear shifting, the downshift is more smooth. So if I just would shift without blipping, like here, you hear the rear tires are locking. So what you want to practice is that you do it on your own, like you help. You want to help this smoothness. So even though you have the auto blip on, it's not enough. So what I do is every time I just shift down, I just blip with my right foot on the power. You have to practice it. It's not easy in the beginning, but just give the baby some juice. It can handle it. It's a V12 and it loves RPM, so just give it some juice, baby. Juice! You want to hear that baby scream. V12 love high RPMs, so just give it some power on the downshift. We try again here. Brake, blip with your right foot, makes the car settle. Jump the inside curb. You want to take a little bit more on the left side than the right, because you don't want to lose the traction. We just run through the chicane and then we go back to the setup. Again here, small lift, you want to keep it to the right. Blip it. Keep it tight here, because you want a good exit here. Good exit, keep it a bit to the left. Try and hit this blind corner, keep it to the right. Again, going in here, use the camber. Oh, this is much better now. Really brake a little bit earlier. Hit your mark early on power, because this is just long straight. Again, I will brake here and I will show you. So what do you do? Just make sure no one is behind me. I brake, because this is braking hard. Blip, 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 blip on your own. And in that way, you keep the car calm, you keep the tires settled. I will show you now without blipping. I just brake and get the iRacing blip. You hear a little bit nice music from the rear tires. It's just the rear tires just bop, 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 bop. It just locks, and in that way you have a really nervous rear on the entry and on the exit, because iRacing again is really sensitive to the tire temp by running. Someone just gave me a phone number. Interesting. Alright. Coming back to the setup. Sorry for talking that much. Again, I hope it's interesting to listen to, and that you can use it a bit. You see, even though I'm running I'm running really low, and in that way the hot pressures are not going up that much, especially not on the rear, and that's just not what you want. So try and play with it. Again, this is my suggestion. It's probably not the right way, but this is my suggestion. So yeah, just try that. Dampers. This is gonna be complicated. You got a damper. This is a damper. You can adjust. You got two adjustments. You got low speed, and you get high speed. And that you got in compression. Compression is, it says it all. When you compress something, when the car goes down, it can be on the braking. Again, our beautiful car. I'm just gonna find the camera. The compression on the braking, the front goes down, so this is compressing. Let's start with compression. So high speed compression is how fast the damper allows the car to go down. So how fast you get the braking. So you brake, come down the straight, and then you brake, and of course all the weight goes to the front. You want this movement, you adjust on the high speed compression, how fast you want this movement to go. You got 10 clicks. I actually don't know why I got it on 10. I'll probably run on 8. I run the front to go down fast. Again, my little toy here. It's actually not a toy, it's a car. Actually quite expensive car. Yeah. Collector model. I want this to brake so I get a lot of grip on the front, a lot of braking performance on the front. On the braking, hard braking for the chicanes, example. But you don't want it too soft, because then you just make the rear nervous. So like, this is just complicated. You brake, and if this is too fast a movement, you get your rear that is all over the place. So that's compression. On high speed, that's probably what you want to work on. I'd probably take it on 9. Let's take it on 9. Low speed compression, that's more, for me, it's curbs. It's how you want to run the curbs. How you want the car on the curbs. So if the car is really all over the place on the curbs, you want it softer, that the car and the damper observes more, that it doesn't affect the car balance too much. So we just leave that on 7. I run it quite hard. I leg it quite hard on the front, because I want a really responsive car on the front end. That's I'm just running fast over it. Sorry if you again put questions down there, comments down there, and I will answer them as good as I can. Rebound, high speed rebound. So rebound is the opposite of compression, of course. Compression, rebound is how quick the car comes up. So on the high speed, you want a hard rebound in this case, because you want the front to stay down as long as possible to keep the grip on the front. So you don't want the car to go up fast. You want the car to stay down as long as possible to get as much downforce. This is all about downforce physics. Keep as much downforce on the front as long as possible. So you want the car to go up like slowly on the braking. You brake, and then you want slowly, so you still got a lot of grip on the first initial turn in. So that's why I run as stiff as possible on the rebound, high speed rebound. Low speed rebound, again low speed, it's all about the curbs. So I want the car to observe the curbs as good as possible. One is probably too extreme, play with it, but I will still run it quite soft. That car is really well balanced over the curbs, that is not jumping all over the place. But again, you can make it too soft. So you have to play with it, especially because we are running that soft springs. You probably want a bit support from the dampers, and in that way you wanna make it a bit stiffer. But again, you want a car that's good, observing good the curbs. Woo! Yes, that was the front. The rear, low speed, the same. You always coming back to it again. Traction, grip on the rear. You want a settled rear because we run low downforce, no downforce at all. You want to control that rear and make it easy for you to drive it, and that's what I'm trying to do. So you want to run everything soft on the rear. Compression, rebound. Let's just hello? Do you want this? Let's go though. You want really controlled rear, and that way you run softer to keep the traction, you keep the braking performance, you keep the performance on the curbs, the car is settled. Again, remember what car you're driving. So this is Aston Martin, all the weight on the front. I can't say it enough. Before you jump into a car, or it's a Porsche with an engine in the back, or it's Aston with an engine in the front, think about the physics of the car, the weight translation you're going through in the corners. And again, this is Aston, no weight on the rear. You want to control the balance and the weight, and because you got no weight on the rear, you want to have as much support you can from springs, from dampers, because again we run one whole wing one. Go down here, because we run number one as less as possible. We don't get any support. We get as little support as we can from the wind you get. So normally you get the downforce. We almost got nothing on the rear. That's really it. I'm just gonna click here for you to see the gears I'm using. Again, I'm running a bit higher. First gear, second gear, to make the traction better, more comfortable for you. And I hope it worked. I can do one more lap for you guys. And just to again explain a little bit about the driving, if you want to hear it. It's up to you. But again, coming back to the channel, I just started it, and I really appreciate all the comments, all the positive energy coming this way, and I'm really trying to grow it. So any suggestions from insider, from YouTubers? Again, I have no clue about how setting up a YouTube channel. I got some small tips here and there, but to fine tune it, I probably need some professional expert help to make it look really good. But yeah, thank you, and I would be happy if you would share it to friends. Maybe they're interested in all the stuff I'm telling you. Again, this is my tips, this is my opinion of it. Maybe you have a different opinion of it, but at least I would suggest you try it. Brake, blip it, just give it some RPM, settle it, use the inside curb, slowly on power, use all the track even more. Great stuff. Again, I'm going here this weekend. We have the test day this weekend, and in 2 weeks the biggest race event on the planet is gonna start. So Le Mans is of course what I'm talking about. Just amazing atmosphere. One of the best things fans can come up with is this, for sure. Great event, great people, the fans coming from all around the world to be here. Hard braking here because you brake doing still turning, really not easy. I will do this lap. I will try and do one real time lap without doing mistakes. then you have something to aim for. A lap time to try and beat. Again, I haven't practiced a lot. I'll probably do some racing this week as much before I leave to get packed and ready for the weekend. Again, use second gear. The baby needs RPM, but you still got a lot of torque in the car. The baby got a lot of power, so just use it. Again, take care. Brake a little bit earlier. Hit your mark. It's more important than running too fast in. You got no grip, so it's even more important to hit your marks now, because it's hard to make up for it when if you don't hit the line. So yeah, keep it tight here. Off camber, so you want to hit it quite early. So yeah, brake a bit earlier. Carry tail brake into the corner. Here, jump the first one, more important than this one, because you want the traction here. Let's try and do one lap. Let's try and do one lap to finish this video off in a classy way. Use all the track. Small lift. Keep it on the right. Oh, that's alright. That's alright. Still on it. Still alright. Keep it to the left. You want to carry as much speed through here as possible. Again, tail brake. Tail brake. Keep it on the left, going over the dip. You want to be flat over the dip. Brake a bit earlier than you want. Make sure you hit the park and be early on power, because you want what you gain out of the exit there, you gain down this long straight. So yeah, we're going. There's the KFC. I just saw it. KFC on the right. Okay, we go here, brake 190, 180. Remember to blip, just give it some RPM. Keep on the right, exit, very important. Just use all the track here. All the track, inside, outside, middle, whatever. Just use all the track. You want the car, you want the corner speed, you want the exit speed, you want the entry speed, you want anything as quick as possible. And you do that by using all the track. Making it smooth. Smooth is fast. So 120, carry some brake into the corner, then you want to brake again. Good exit. This is gonna be hard. This is gonna be hard. I was too tight on the left-hander. Too tight. But still managed to get it going. Just test all the tracks. Test where the off tracks are. Really hard corner, really not easy. See? Because I locked the front there immediately in iRacing, the tire chamber goes up and you lose the grip immediately. And you don't want that, because I couldn't get the rotation there, because I just braked like that much too late. I went too hard, so really not easy. Again, brake, carry the brake in, roll. Again, brake. Oh, this is way too late. Woo! Screwed the lap, baby! Good job. We just finished the lap anyway. Good traction. Early on power. Early on power. God damn! Ha ha ha! Oh. Hoppala. So yeah, brake early. Try and keep it tight, because you want to keep the car to the right here. Just want a good position for the left. Not a left. Car really struggle. Really not easy. Keep it tight. Here, off camber. Roll. Wait for the car to get the grip. Use all the track. Then we're off again. Carry the brake, carry the speed. Good speed. Hit the left one. High, right. Curb, jumping, and then we're off. So that was alright. I hope you learned a little bit of it. Just not how to run that other. Just don't go in the gravel. Bam! Sparks all over the place. Great stuff. That's really it. Second, Simone, good lap, 43.6. Not bad. Again, I'm happy. Full fuel. That's what you need. So again, I hope you enjoyed this session, this video. Again, remember to leave a comment, maybe subscribe if you liked it. Share it with your friends, family, your dog, whatever. I hope the pedal worked, the dance floor. I hope you learned a little bit about that. I just try and share a little bit of my experience on sim racing and from the real racing. Again, if you like it, maybe go to my social media. That's where all the real stuff is going on. You can follow me there from the real racing, Le Mans, and all the action I'm doing. So yeah, maybe go to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Or again, stay here because this is the fun part. I really enjoy making those videos for you guys. And again, thank you so much for all the positive energy and the good comments. That's really it. Thank you for watching. And stay tuned for more. And take care out there. Good luck for the racing. Bye.